made you get involved with homeless people? What was that journey? How did tell me that story? Let's pick up that strand of spaghetti and we'll call
Okay.
it the homeless. Okay.
Well, what happened is after 31 years of marriage, my wife decides she's had enough of my wanderings, changing jobs, changing locations, uprooting the family, and she says, we need to be done. And that just came out of the blue. There was never any discussions or anything. And so I go, well, I need to go and reconcile with God. And it's like the day after Thanksgiving. So we're in Minneapolis. It's cold. And when I need to work through something, I love to go out and be alone in God's creation. So I hooked up the camper. I says, I'm going down to Florida. I hooked up, we had a pop-up camper, and I drove to Florida. And I'm sitting there, and on my wife's request, I was receiving medication and counseling from the military, from the VA. And I said, well, that didn't work out. These man-made chemicals aren't working. I said, you know my brain chemistry better than I do, or any doctor, or any of these pharmacists. So I'm just going to leave it up to you. You prescribe to me what it is that I need.
This is God you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm having this discussion with God.
Okay.
And so I built a fire, and I throw my meds into the fire and watch them melt into the fire. It was just hardly a moment went by, and this homeless man comes into my camp. And I said, well, God, you prescribed to me what I need. And so then I started sharing my food with this man, and I started sharing a part of my wardrobe with him. And all of a sudden, the endorphins, or whatever they call that chemistry going on in your brain, it lit up. And I could feel this oppression lift off me.
So if I understand correctly, your wife says we're done. You go on a journey in God's creation. You're saying this prescription does not seem to be working. God, you're in charge of my prescription. You throw the pills in the fire, and a homeless man materializes right away. And then in ministering to that person, you feel better.
Right.